we're going to go through the names, and we'll ask people to kindly rename their devices so that we'll bear their names. And that's the only way you will be allowed to speak, because if we can't refer to you by your names, we might not be able to allow you to speak. Currently, we have our partner networks connected, and what we're doing here is recorded, and it's being streamed across multiple platforms and multiple devices. Okay, so the main thing is, this is an event organized by P2B Support Network. P2B Support Network started like close to 3 to 5 years ago, when we looked at the things happening in the country, and we said, let us also join hands in searching for a personnel that we think that we can support over time to help us rescue the country. And what we did was to scan through all the players, all the political players within the Nigerian arena, and our criteria was very, very simple. We needed someone that has character, someone that doesn't have any corrupt incidents on him, someone that has gotten what it takes, has learned, has a proven track record, and understand the dynamics of the Nigerian economy. And that was what led us to identifying Peter Obi then as far back as 2015. Yes, I could recall it. That was immediately after he left as governor of Anambra State. And we felt that if we had followed him and watched him, that we would be able to stand by him as someone we think would be able to rescue our country and make us proud in a community of nations. So a group of people came together and they started the work. So the work started as far as 2015. And we were praying that someday he's going to step out and declare to run for the president of this country, because we know that Nigeria requires a president of his caliber. So we are now happy that Mr. P2B has declared to run in the 2023 elections officially, and the P2B Support Network is now out to mobilize people nationwide to see how we can support them. So this press conference is basically for us to let the world know our intention and what we're doing. And we will start it by asking someone to talk to us about what they know or what they think about Mr. Peter Obi. So after that, we will now call the director for mobilization, Pamsin Dagat, to read out the press conference. And after the press conference, we will now be able to take questions. So I'll call on Olayinka. If you're in the house, just indicate by raising up your hands and unmute and tell us what you know about Peter Obi. Thank you. Olayinka, if you're in the house, can you please identify yourself? Okay, if we can't get Olayinka now, I will call on Pamsin to go ahead and read the press live press conference, and then we will take questions. And when Olayinka come back, we'll bring him to speak. Thank you.
Thank you, Marcel. Like formally introduced, my name is Pamsin Dagat from Plateau State. I'm a member of the Peter Obi Support Network. I wish to formally present our press statement or press release with respect to the aspiration of our principal, Peter Obi. The statement goes this way. We, the Peter Obi Support Network, with acronym POSN, has resolved to mobilize funds for the former governor of Anambra State to assist in the realization of his presidential ambition. We do this with all mindfulness of where we are as a country and where we could be headed if concerted efforts are not made to bring in purposeful leaders. The performance of Mr. Peter Obi, both in private and public sector, is enough to speak for him. As part of our agenda to reverse Nigeria's dangerous drift, we are ready to knock on doors. We are ready to speak one-on-one with our brothers and sisters to support Peter Obi to emerge as Nigeria's next president. As member of the Peter Obi Support Network, we are committed, fully committed, to spreading the good news of his presidential ambition to the length and breadth of this country. Part of our effort to ensure that we realize this vision is the reason we opened a Nigerian account with Keystone Bank with the number 101-252-8032. We will make that number much more public, and so that people who are interested can look at it and join us in this particular mobilization. For anyone who believes in Peter Obi, please contribute. On our part, we pledge to make judicious use of every kobo contributed for this particular purpose as people of integrity, and in keeping faith with the accountability for which Peter Obi has been known for. We will give absolutely proper account of all received donations. We appeal to all the Electoral College of the People's Democratic Party, the PDP, not to give in nor give the ticket to the highest bidder, but to someone who has what it takes to get Nigeria out of the wood. We so submit. Thank you very much. Mr. Marcel.
Thank you so much, Pamsin Dagat. So that was a very brief press conference. And again, it's important that we state this. We understand how the Nigerian political arena works. And one thing is certain, if you check most of those as in runner, I'm sure not most of them will come to the open to solicit for you to contribute to them. And that's because, as you could guess with me, they already have their pockets filled up. But then we saw the person in Peter Obi. We know his track record. We know what he has done. We know his level of intelligence. We know his level of dedication. We know exactly what he did with the state, and we also know what he did afterwards. And the truth is that it is we as a people that will collectively come together and say, this is who we want as a president. And if we say this is who we want as a president, that is where the power of the masses will speak. And that power of the masses will have to be backed up with what it requires to be able to wrestle and win the presidential seat in Aso Rock. As it stands now, no matter how good you are, no matter how intelligent you are, no matter how clean you are, if you do not have the financial muscle and the financial power, we will still be in the same cycle of those that has cornered the wealth of the country and then use the wealth of the country to recirculate themselves in governance. It is time for us to break that cycle. We need to break that genes. And the people that can break that genes is when the masses come out and say, this is the person we believe in, and this is the person we are going to support, and decide to back it up with their little funds. And what we're saying is that just think about it, that if 10 million Nigerians give 5,000 naira each or 500 naira each, you know what that could do to anybody's presidential ambition. And what I'm saying is that we as a masses, I don't think no matter how much anybody has stolen in this country, the wealth the person has stolen can never be more than the wealth of the collective resolve of Nigerians. And what we are saying now is that it is time for us to come together and say, this is a presidential candidate that we want, and we're going to back him up financially, morally, and whatever it takes, so that we can rescue our country and be able to sleep peacefully in the land that God has given us. So we'll be opening up the forum for questioning. But before that, it's important that we understand that the P2B Support Network is peopled by professionals that have proven themselves in their various field of operations. I will start by introducing myself. Marcel Ngobohe, I'm the Director of Strategy and Communications for the P2B Support Network. I am volunteering 100%. I'm not being paid. I'm not taking a dime. I'm volunteering my time and my resources because I believe that my country needs to be rescued. I am an alumni of the London Business School. I'm a Sloan Fellow of Strategy and Leadership at London Business School. I'm a former central banker, and I built my career over 20 years in the technology field. And I'm currently in the UK, working. And what I believe is that whatever sent me here, I don't want it to send anybody here. We want to come back to our country and rescue our country and make our country a place where everybody will be happy to visit. And let me also make you something. If Nigeria is properly run, with the sun we have in Nigeria, with the habitat we have in Nigeria, with the kind of environment we have in Nigeria, Nigeria could be the highest tourist earning destination in the world if that country is properly run properly. So this is time for us to come together and make this happen. So if Olayinka is not yet on to speak, I would probably open the lines up, and when he comes, let him just chat me up and let's bring him on board. So I'm not aware of the sequence of hands. So forgive me if I decide to call anyone, but I will give preference to people on camera. So once your camera, your hands up, will give preference to you. So I want to call on Fidelis Owazueke to quickly speak. And then after that, we'll bring on Otobaho to speak. Fidelis, free to ask your question. Unmute and ask your questions. Thank you.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
Please, I'm just joining this World Press Conference by my amiable ex-governor, Mr. Peter Obi, whom we are praying for and looking for to become the next president of Federal Republic of Nigeria. I have not heard his speeches on this particular World Press Conference, so I'm sorry that I'm just joining. So if I can be briefed, so that I'll be guided to the questions I'm going to ask him. What he has said, and what are his manifesto, his plans, and if there's any question based on what he has outlined as his what he's going to do for the country, then I'll ask my question.
Okay, thank you so much, Fidelis. Now, it is important we make this clear. This press conference is being held by Peter Obi Support Network. So it is a support network that is backing Peter Obi, and we have 100% the consent of Peter Obi to make this happen. We're in touch with him. We're directly in touch with him, and we're in touch with the people around him. So it is a support network of Nigerians that we're building for him to be able to raise funds, mobilize, be able to canvass for votes, and be able to make his presidential ambition possible. So the press conference has been anchored by P2B Support Network. Thank you. So I'll allow Otumbaho to please speak. You can unmute and speak, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Moderator. I want to beg for the indulgence of everybody. I have another important Zoom meeting as a guest. So after this question, I want to leave it with the House, and I'll be monitoring on another device for the answer. The worries I have is I don't know any Nigerian as we speak that can fix the problem of Nigeria as long as the 1999 contraption is still there. And it cannot be changed. I want to see the miracle. I want to change the constitution because any which way, we all are aware of the simple way of amending or review constitution. You will need 3/4 or you need half of whatever. As we speak, and judging from the compilation of politicians we have, you're probably not going to get it done in such a way that the constitution will allow a good governance in the country. Well, if in the process of just want to be president, Mr. Obi can be one of the best candidates. But in terms of wanting to fix the problem of Nigeria, you and I know very well that it's just not going to be so easy with the constitution because his hands, his legs, they're all going to be tied. So he will not be able to operate a country of laws. It will be a country of men where connection from Katagora, from wherever, different places, Port Harcourt, is going to be connection. And there's no country in the whole universe I want to be challenged, as I say, ever made it, where it's only people, it's not laws that's governing them. Because countries where things are working effectively, nicely, they don't give preferences to to connections, nepotism. Yeah, there might be one or two, but to a great extent, so the Constitution of Nigeria has no provision for somebody who want to operate in such a way without running into trouble or some owners. Let me put that one. People who see themselves as the owners of the country. That's just my initial contribution. Like I said, if I sign off, I'm going to sign on in another device because I'm going to be a guest of honor on another meeting. Thank you very much for giving me this fantastic opportunity. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. We appreciate your question. And this is a question that's been on the mind of most Nigerians. But the philosophy we are operating is let us get our best hands into that seat. We have seen what a very bad leadership could look like, and is pinned off on all of us. In as much as the structure and the other items are not that easy as you have said, but we are saying that let us now not leave it to chance. Let us do our own best and get our best hands in it, and then gradually see how we can change things. I know it's not going to happen overnight, but let's stop going backwards. That's the bottom line. Let's stop going backwards. And for us, a Peter Obi presidency is the only sure bet we have to moving this country forward. And I hope that we'll continue to interface with a lot of people that have this fear. Every one of us have that fear. But the bottom line is let us draw the lines and say, let us send our best hands. Okay. Thank you so much. I have some other co-convener on the platform. So if they want to respond to any questions, they could also raise up their hands and let me call on them. So I will call on Michael Ogba to please unmute himself and speak. Thank you. Michael, are you okay?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very, very much. My name is Michael Ogba. I have 23 years in banking experience. I've supported P2B even when he was vice, but I have suggestions on how we can move forward. I think we are putting the cart before the horse with the fundraising we are doing here. I don't know what Peter Obi Support Network, the nexus we have with the guy that is behind the budget it. When he came out and he wanted all of us to crowdfund, I was ready. So if there is a way, the synergy, if our intention is to get P2B to that seat, I think working together with him, he already has the goodwill. A lot of young people know him. Let's come together, use one platform to crowdfund for this. That's my first suggestion. My second suggestion, while I say we are putting the cart before the horse, is that at this point, the most critical thing is the delegates, PDP delegates that will vote. If they say no, there is nothing else we can do other than to now look at option of independent candidate, which the Constitution does not support. So my idea would be, how do we make enough noise to let those delegates know that they are being watched? Everything they are going to do will be recorded and they will be held accountable. I'm from Abia State. I know that Okeze Ikpeazu and the governor of Rivers State are in it together. I don't seriously think that Wike wants to be president, but he is doing this to be able to negotiate whatever is best for him and best for PDP. So we can use that muscle. I will hold my delegates responsible from Abia State to say, if we go there, it is P2B we want. Whatever trading, horse trading you want to do. So let us look for strategy. I thank God you're a strategist. I'm one myself, to enforce and bend the hands of the delegates to get our candidate up there. If we do this contribution we are suggesting, and P2B for some reason is not nominated, how would we give money back to the people? I know we are not giving it for you to give us back, but the moment P2B becomes the presidential candidate of the PDP, I can guarantee you that I can put anything I have as a human being to ensure that he gets to the presidency. Thank you very much.
Michael, thank you so much. You have hit it in the nail, and we know that the first hurdle is the ticket. Let me make it clear. It doesn't come cheap. And what we are saying is that we will match it, whatever it takes. We will match it. And if we are to match it, we need to start now. Do you understand? We know how delegate elections is being done in this country. We know what is happening. We saw some of them that happened in the past elections. We know what transpired. We have knowledge of what it is. And whatever happens there is what we are ready to match, and we are not waiting. So we are not putting the cart before the horse or horse before the cart. We are saying that this is the time. And if we need to match them step by step, word for word, anything by anything, this is the time Nigerians need to come together. We don't need to wait till they have decided. We need to force the decision. And for us to force the decision, we need everybody on board. We need everybody of goodwill. And let me be very honest to you. I see this as the only opportunity we have to rescue our country. If we did not do this now, only God knows what would happen. We have seen what the past 6 years looks like. I mean, every one of us, at times some people say it doesn't concern me. But my dear, when it reach your doorstep, it will concern you. So what we are saying is that we are ready to match them, and this is the time. Okay. Thank you so much. And please, the moderators, can you post the WhatsApp link? Because I think we need people like Michael Ogba to join. We have a closed WhatsApp link, WhatsApp, where we have created level of membership. So when we're discussing strategies and actions and what we need to do, we don't do that in the open. Okay. Just know that we are out. We have top-notch strategies in our midst and grassroots mobilizers, and we will match step by step, whatever it takes. Thank you. So I would like to call on, sorry, I don't know by the names, but let me just use my random figure. I would like to call on Comrade Lamte. Riga, can you speak, please? Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. Moderator, and of course, the conveners of this particular meeting. My name is Comrade Lamte Orahi, and I'm the host of the Comrade Show. By the grace of God, myself and a few members of my team, we have endorsed Peter Obi, having looked at the feed and, of course, looked at what has been happening. To that effect, we have got.
Sorry, I think you can unmute yourself. You're mute. Can you unmute again? I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Thank you.
Lovely. So like I was saying, I said we have equally created a platform, a mobilization platform for the Peter Obi 2023. This Nigerian People's Vanguard for Peter Obi 2023. And currently we are gathering a lot of members, and people are joining and registering and all of that. I personally have done two broadcasts, the need why Nigerians need to support Peter Obi, and it's eliciting a lot of positive reactions. I think the subject matter of this particular meeting is very good, but I want to second the other man that spoke earlier to agree that to some extent we may still be putting the cat before the bag, as it were. I would have. There is the need for finance. There's no doubt about it. It's very important. But right now, I think what's very important is to get a lot more people right in the circle of Peter Obi. Now, when people are convinced and they join the trend, now you don't need to speak much. As a matter of fact, for people to start, contributing their 100 naira, their 2,000 naira, their 3,000 naira, to support the process. Right now, I think what is important now is to have, as many units as possible, get the nation together. It's not a Southeast arrangement. It's not a South arrangement. It's a Nigerian arrangement. For instance, the last time I spoke with a few persons, I think I told them, I said, for Nigerians in the South, a lot of people easily can key into Mr. Obi. How much do we know of Nigerian intellectuals and ordinary Nigerians in the North that are equally tired of the contraption we are in right now? Okay, so I think we need to do a proper groundwork to get a lot more people together under this ideology. The issue of what's its name, the delegates that are going to decide the primaries and all of that, I think they can be overwhelmed if a good number of Nigerians, the majority of Nigerians, are already speaking Mr. Obi before the time. PDP wants to win, there's no doubt about it. And they want to win with the best candidates. And then themselves are going to determine who the best candidates, will be based on what Nigerians are saying, what Nigerians are doing. So I think right now the strategy should be to get everybody to endorse Mr. Obi and speak to it as honestly as possible and make all the move necessary, as pragmatic as possible, so that even if we don't need to, bribe anybody, which is the tradition and all of that, the delegates as well will understand that they have a moral duty to ensure that Mr. Obi becomes the candidate of PDP and eventually the president of Nigeria. Because the work that you are going to do, that we are going to do, okay, collectively to get Mr. Obi win the primary is the same job that we just need a little more to get him to become the president of Nigeria. So right now, we need all regions to be on board. And that way, my 1 naira, my 2 naira, my 1,000 naira, and that of the other man will be easy to come out. That would be my take.
Hello, Marcel.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. I think I'm on mute. So, comrade, thanks so much for your information. It was very useful, and I'm happy to know that you already have a group that are rooting for Obi. Part of what we are looking for is to form strategic alliance with key stakeholders. This is not something one group can do alone. So we are open to strategic alliance. So you can join our WhatsApp message, our WhatsApp group, and let's open up talk. And then we can link up and see how we can get ourselves together to work together for this particular purpose. In terms of mobilization, we have our director of mobilization here, who is Pamsin Dagat. Pamsin Dagat is from Plateau State, and he's a former commissioner for the Plateau State Housing and Commission. So I will allow him to give a neat peek into what our mobilization strategies are. Let's just, we want it to be very, let's not blow the whole thing open, let's just be, but that's to let you know that we have our hands into all these things. And as time goes on, we'll be bringing it out one by one. And strategic alliance is something that is key to us. So Pamsin, would you want to respond to Comrade? Thank you.
Well, thank you. I would like to add my voice to what you've said, because you've said it all, I guess. Clearly, it's not actually very true that we are putting the cart before the horse. Whatever you need to do to get the political activities moving will require some level of funding. And what we are doing now is to open opportunities for those who believe. We are looking for champions. Down the line, people will key in, but you need champions that will move the issues forward. And because of the fact that our focus is on the primaries, to even get strategic people to take strategic roles in the delegate mobilization, it requires a whole lot of logistics and some critical funding. So what we are doing, we are on the right track. Down the line, you are going to see a lot of activities around the media relating to people's mobilization and creating platforms where interactions and alliances can be formed. So by and large, what the observations being raised are genuine, are germane, and those who have clearly people have strategies that they think we need to utilize. That equally, we are open to that so that we can move together. By and large, Peter Obi is our project, people's project. So we are just asking, creating an opportunity where the people will be involved. And funding is one of the critical variables that needs to be considered. I think I'll be coming later, but I think I've been able to address the issues.
Okay, thank you so much, Pamsin. Comrade, it's been interesting to know that we have people up north that are working, and our aim is to go to unfamiliar territories, to go to territories that there are people that believe in P2B every part of this country. And one thing we keep telling people is this: it doesn't matter whether you are in the south or in the north. When the sun shines, it touches you. When the rain falls, it touches you. So it doesn't exempt anybody. Everybody is crying. And when the morning sun rises up and we smile, everybody is going to smile. But what we are saying is that let us get things working. So I'm going to call on Guess Some. You can please unmute and speak. I know I'm only seeing dark screens, but it will be fine to hear you. Thank you.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, good evening. My name is Gershom Chukuma Ibedilo. I'm an estate surveyor and valuer. I want to thank you guys for putting up this platform for P2B. I've always been P2B supporter, and I believe that he is a man that can do the job. There's no other person that can equal him. But I want to say something. I think this platform, we should use this platform more to mobilize youth to go and get their PVCs. Because if we raise money, no matter the amount we raise on this platform for P2B, if we don't have people that can vote for him, that have their PVC, it's a waste of time. As a matter of fact, I understand the importance of funding for election in Nigeria. We all know that. So that's what I want to say. And again, we have to get P2B because there are so many groups that are raising funds for P2B. And they climb the country that we live in and how things happen here. We need him to really speak about this, maybe about this very platform, just to show that he is completely, totally in support of this platform, so that he can give it some kind of boost and confidence of people to really, support this group. I think that would be a good thing to do. I don't know how it works for you guys. I don't know how you guys are, the way you are doing it, but it would be better for him to really speak about it. That way people will have confidence in what you guys are doing, and it won't be a problem to participate in any form. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say.
Sure. I go. We got your point. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Gershom. I think the more questions we get, maybe the more we also reveal some of the activities we are doing. As we speak now, we have teams in different parts of the country that is involved in direct voter registration. So what we have done is we raised up a team, we got data and laptops, and we are moving them in different locations. So they are helping people to do the first level of registration. Remember, with the INEC portal that is open, you can do the first level of capturing and registration. Then you need to choose a location where you need to go and now do your thumb printing and get a temporary voter's card. And then afterwards, you need to wait until when they notify you that your PVC is ready. So we are massively involved in that. Our team is currently on the field and they are doing that. And one of the things we have set up is the local community engagement officers. Remember in our press conference, we say we're going to knock on doors. So the level of mobilization that we're looking is people will come to your doors and knock and say, do you have your PVC? Please come out and vote. This way, that level of mobilization, and we want to do it nationwide. The continuous voter registration exercise that we currently did, it was sponsored by just a very few of us. We raised money, we paid people on a monthly basis, and we gave them devices and we asked them to go out. We had DJs to play the music and invite people. We have mics. Maybe if you check some of the videos, we might post some of the videos so that they can see. So it is something we usually partner with local organizations. Maybe if we come to the north now, if we see any group that we partner them, we will sponsor them with the little funds we have, and then we'll ask them to go and do that. And that is because we know that a large percentage of our youth doesn't have PVC, and those are the people that are going to be the game changer in elections, and we're trying to mobilize them to come on board. So that act is what we're doing. Now, in terms of the legitimacy of this, it is important to know we're trying to keep it up, but for me, I need to make it open. The mandatory signatory to our account is the press secretary of P2B himself. So we are not running anything that is outside. We cannot do anything unless he approves. We are just the front soldier. So the one of the signatory to the account that we have is the press secretary to P2B himself, and that particular action was sanctioned. So we don't need to bring him here to speak. We are people of integrity. I wouldn't be staking my integrity on all the things I have worked for in life for this if it doesn't worth it. And I'm telling everybody on board, come closer, because it's not everything we need to make open in the press. Join the group, come closer, and let's begin to talk. And once we see your level of interest and the value you can bring on board, we'll bring you closer more so that you see the inner workings of our operations. So the bottom line is that let us think about it. If we are to deploy billboards in all the states of the federation. Let's say want to stand P2B billboard in every state capital to create the awareness of a P2B presidency. How much do you think that is going to cost? You know, a typical billboard is around maybe 2 million naira. If you look at it, a very considerable size. So multiply by 36, you begin to have an idea of what the cost is. If you have to distribute, if you have to do posters in all the states of the federation, you know how much it costs. If you're going to mobilize people and have seminars and have workshops and have a lot of things that will encourage people, make them see the reason why they have to back a candidate, it involves money. And that's why we have tried our own best. We have sponsored this organization since 2015 up to this stage, and we're doing a lot of activities to prepare for this stage. We're now opening the opportunity up for people to join us. So we are not only asking for your funds, we are also asking for volunteers, you know, volunteers from different parts of the country, because you can't expect a Pamsin or a Marcel Ngobohe to be in every part of the country. But if we have trusted personnel in different states of the federation and we are all in the same water group, it will be easier to deploy resources and ask people to go and do something in a coherent way that will create value. So that is what we are doing. So in as much as we say fund us, we're also saying, please devote your time. Your time is even your fund. I know how much some of you earn per hour. So if you devote your time and join us, maybe that's the conviction that you want. Don't give us money. Come and join us. Come and volunteer. Okay. Volunteer from your state. Help us do something. You're also saving us money. Okay. So the money we're going to pay somebody to go around and do this, you will come in and volunteer and help us save it. So that's also one way. So let us all come together and make this happen. So I'm going to call on Mike Ndubueze, and then after that, Philip Ono, we come on board. Mike, you're free to unmute and speak. And if you can come on video, that will be helpful. Hello, Mike, are you there? Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay, Mike.
Okay, good evening all.
Yeah, good evening, Mike.
I want to sincerely thank the P2B support group. Today I got the link. I've been looking for the link and how to be part of the movement. There are other P2B support groups we are in and working seriously to make sure that we actualize our goals. P2B is now a very big brand, and we are happy that it is so. And I want every one of us to know that the work ahead is very tedious. More tedious is the PDP primary. After the primaries, the brand will sell itself. Everybody will now be working. It will be a song in the mouth of every Nigerian. But where we have a lot of work now is the primary. How do we go about it? How do we beat PDP, the normal politicians, and our candidate, we call it the transactional politician. It's a different brand of politician in Nigeria. And those other transactional politicians, we have the usual Nigerian politicians, are jittery and afraid that a lot of things will change if it will be taken over Nigeria. And that's what we are clamoring for. Not just changing Nigeria, but changing the system of Nigerian politics, which is very, 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 very important. If we can change the system of Nigerian politics and get Nigeria on track, then Nigerian economy and every other thing is just be flowing. So what I'm suggesting is, how do we go, or my question is, what will be our work? What do we do practically now to making sure that Peter Obi gets the ticket of PDP? Secondly, if what comes to what, do we have a second option to go with? That is, if PDP does their usual Nigerian politics thing, and it happens that Peter didn't get the ticket, do we have a second option, another way to go?
Okay, thank you so much. And for us, we don't have, our only option is P2B, and on him, we...
No, I'm not, hello? I'm
no,
not talking about another thing. I'm not talking about, do we have another option to move P2B, to move with P2B? No, there's no other option in Nigeria for now.
Okay, thank you so much, Mike. we will, what I usually tell people is that strategy is an emergent thing and is evolving. As things are changing, you are auto adjusting and re-strategizing and meeting with your team and moving things out. So for now, we're not going to say it's neither this or this. We are focused now on getting him the PDP mandate, which is the party he belongs. And we have appealed to PDP as a party and all the delegates that they should consider the suffering of the masses and consider the need that the country needs to be rescued and give us someone that would be able to do this job. And that is the only way they can get themselves in power. We are making it very, very clear that P2B is the only way the PDP can get themselves back to power, and that message is very, very loud and clear. So I will need to call on Sani Said. If you want to speak now, Sani, you can unmute to ask your questions. Yep.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, good evening all. I really appreciate this golden opportunity given to me to speak at this point in time. Actually, I have known His Excellency Peter Obi for quite a while, given his previous antecedents, politically. He is a heavyweight political champion, given the fact that he was able to win Anambra State under a different political party, which is not popular. This tells us so much about how visionary this man is. However, we need to desist. This is just an advice or a suggestion from aligning the presidency to a particular region, just to get soft landing. What I urge us to be doing is to tell people how credible this man is, how competent he is compared to others. I know even when Atiku picked Peter Obi as his running mate, it was because Atiku knew that Peter Obi is far better than him. Peter Obi is an encyclopedia of knowledge. He is a digital human being. I do follow all his speech. In various occasions he is usually invited, and I get to know so many things I'm not aware about. So I think he is a capable hand, whom is capable of steering the affairs of this nation. Of course, I am from the PDP, and in 2019, I happened to be a national delegate of the PDP. So I know how the technicalities work. And my latest research shows that in 2019, about 6,000 plus delegates were supposed to vote at the presidential primary election. Unfortunately, it was about 3,000 plus that turned out to vote at the presidential primary election. Moreover, and they just recently concluded PDP national convention. It was speculated that about 6,000 delegates are to vote at the national convention, but only 3,000 plus also turn up. So what is this telling us? That there are some delegates that are not voting, and they happens to be in the PDP. Then who are they? We need to, if we really want to win this election, we need to start thinking that who are these delegates? How do we enforce them, to vote for Peter Obi in the upcoming presidential election? If we can get at least 60% of those people who doesn't vote and who are national delegates of the PDP, then definitely Peter Obi will emerge as the winner of the primary election. So when I was investigating the reasons why these people don't vote, I get to realize that some of them are not voting because they are either at a loggerhead with some of the presidential, aspirant, or due to old age, or because of some personal reasons. So we can all get to them if we want, but it's a huge task because we need to know who they are and how we can easily convince them to vote for Peter Obi. This is just a hint on how we need to win the presidential election. I'm sorry, where I am is currently a little bit noisy, so I had to round it up at this point in time. Of course, Peter Obi is a commodity that everyone can buy with his money. Talk less of we dashing Nigeria, free of charge, the personality of Peter Obi, but it needs a lot of underground work. So thank you very much for the opportunity given to me. I had to raise my case due to the environment I am. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Sani. That was a very vital point that you raised.
Is it only me, but it's like you're not audible?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, now.
Okay, sorry. So I want to thank Sani for his very wonderful presentation and the insight he has brought on board. And then Sani, like I said, just please join our WhatsApp group. And once you join, please identify yourself, or you can drop your contact number here. We'll reach out to you. We need a lot of ground personnel, in different parts of the country to help us carry on with this task. And I'm happy with the point you have raised. We are presenting Peter Obi as a credible candidate for Nigeria, not as a regional candidate and not an ethnic candidate. We're not looking at it from the direction. We're looking at who has what it takes to help us rescue this country. No matter wherever the person is, we want the person to come on board and help us rescue this country. And Peter Obi comes at this critical point of our nation building. So I'm going to call on, I'm having so many hands here. Please, I'm going to say, let's reduce our question to like a minute so that we can conclude this session within the time frame that we have. So I'm going to call on Rose on all sides. Sorry, I can't see you on camera, but Rose on all sides, you can please unmute yourself and ask your question.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you clearly. And it would be nice if we can see you on camera.
I do apologize.
Okay.
The kids are on holiday. We didn't go out, so there's no, I'm not putting up all my stuff. My name is Rose Peter Graham. I work for Ben Television. My program is Rose on All Sides. There's one fact we all know. Peter Obi has proven himself. His reputation precedes him. He's a credible person, even in his private life and in government. So it's like, if you're not trying to, it's like you're preaching to the choir if you're talking to me about him and to many Nigerians, because he has proven himself. So how do we now get every Nigerian to know about him or to decide to vote for him? Because he's not going to be your everyday politician, whereby he's going to say, I'm going to give you half a bag of rice, or I'm going to give you 200, 2,000, 5,000 for you to cast your vote for me. So it's just a word of mouth. If we can speak to every Nigerian the best way we can, especially most of us diasporans who got on this program, but there's something the reason why I actually raised my hands up is because it's only 100 people who can be part of this program. Peter Obi is a huge brand or commodity, like Sani said earlier. And secondly, I have a huge network of followers. I put up this invite, and people, my phone is blowing up. It's like, Rose, what is happening? We can't get on. We can't get on. So I don't know if you can extend the number of people, because this is a presidential material. Just 100 people, loads of people want to get on. They want to speak with him. They want to have a one-on-one. They want to talk to him. So if you can open your channel so that more people can be part of this, or if there's going to be another opportunity for this, so that you can have countless people, join. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely, I do. And then we're also streaming this live, you know, where people can watch, and the live streaming is that 1 million people or whatever can watch. But in terms of being able to participate and ask your questions, you would probably have to be in the Zoom session. So what we would
I'm actually talking about the Zoom session. That's what they want to be part of.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay,
so for many my Nigerians, you're preaching to the choir. Peter Obi, the way he is the man that can do this job. There are too many corrupt politicians out there. And those of us who can speak, like you know, social political commentators, they all know this. We all know this. And the best way we can let everyone know about it, because we are tired. We're tired of what we have presently, as a matter of fact. That's my contribution. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that suggestion. So we'll also be thinking of maybe a further press briefing, and where we'll probably get P2B himself to be on the live stream. We're going to work towards that and see how that could be possible. We are looking forward to having someone that the people will be able to reach, you know, at the click of a button. So I would like to call on Philip Honor to please ask his question. Sorry, sir, I know your hand has been up for some time. You can come up now.
Thank you so much. I actually brought my son to the hospital. I had to go outside to buy earpiece to partake in this meeting.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, and I can assure you that Mr. Peter Obi, His Excellency, is a good material for the president, and which we don't have to do too much of. Selling him wouldn't be a problem. For those of us who are very busy in Twitter, I know there's a lot of young people who are on Twitter, in fact, who are already planning their own all this crowdfunding. There's one particular lady. As the meeting was going on, I thought of reaching out to her. Maybe by this night, I'll DM her this night. Send this link to her. And if there's one other thing I want us to do, let's try to see how we can, because you said something strategic partnership. Certainly there will be so many groups. Let's see how we can get as many of the group like this from, but I'm part of this, to form a stronger synergy. Share notes so that the one particular group will not be selling something else, other group will not be selling something else, confusing the populace or the people that's going to vote, so that from all fronts, the messages will be going out as one. Then the second one, the issue of the delegates, you know what it is. I knew, like, when I'm from Akwa Ibom State, when Akpabio was leaving for Udom to come in, because my friend was supposed to be one of the delegates, it was changed almost in the last minute. They changed him last minute. And for the delegates that voted, once you vote, apart from whatever they had done, the guy came with money in the stadium and was giving them 2 million for each delegate that voted for Udom from PDP. Not go come there, cash. There's a bag, 2 million was inside. Now, we may not have such an amount of money, but let's strategize to see how we can visit each state now, like the chairman of the state, visit all the local government, not to the grassroots, with the aim of selling Peter Obi and convincing them to, as the delegates, to vote for him. Because most times he's the top echelon of the party in the states. They will pick the people and they will tell you to take oath or whatever, tell you that as you're going on this, so look at who you are voting for. And everybody agrees before they will put down your name. So I want to advise that in as much as there are a lot of work going, let's work towards that. Getting to the chairman of PDP in each of the states, strong delegates, youth, just like where I was watching where I went to board that form, no, that kind of delegation, go to visit the chairman of the state, of the PDP, then visit the elders. And that has to be done while all the planning is going on, we have to strategize that and start to move on that immediately. Even if you be doing it on the ground, do it in the open, record it, let it be in the open, because that's one of the ways you can actually buy some of these people. Those are the two major things that I had in mind to actually share with us.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. We appreciate your insight. You see, the more I look at the delegate elections in Nigeria, the more I know is a very ruffled water, and a lot of things happen within that area and that arena. And then I know it's something that a lot of us have deep knowledge about, and we're calling on people that has people in their different states. Let us start by moral persuasion, and talk to our various people. Once you're on board, you get your brother on board, you get your sister on board, you get your neighbor on board. Gradually, these delegates are humans; they are not ghosts. So let's see how much of it we can get across them. So I would like to call on Uzodimma Eduputa. Sorry, sir, I know your hand has been up for some time. Can you please unmute and speak?
Yeah. Thank you for calling me up. Sorry. I am Mr. Eduputa. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, loud and clear, sir.
Okay, I'm Mr. Eduputa, and we happen to have been working on this very program, and we are happy that today it has is beginning to yield fruits, because for years we've been working on this under a group that we are using to promote leadership in Igbo land. And in conjunction, our name is Igbo Leadership Development Foundation, in conjunction with New Generation Development Foundation. We've had several programs promoting first Nigerian president of Southeast extraction. We had our first conference that we called the Great Debate for National Unity, Federal Character, Restructuring and Rotation of Presidential Power in Nigeria, that took place in Sheraton on the 5th of March 2020. And right from before then, we've written many articles and position papers on this issue. And we've encouraged many of our people to show interest. We visited their markets, associations, both in Lagos, Abuja, and so many other places. So we're happy that when we started it, it was like a joke. But with the pressure we put, you will see our conferences, on the TV, nationwide. We've been doing that. So we're happy that it has come to this point, and that we are praying, because this is not something that is given a platter of gold. I've heard some people talk about putting the cart before the horse and all that. It might look like that, but then it is very, very important that something like this is done at this stage of this election process, because frankly speaking, if our candidate is selected as a candidate of the People's Democratic Party, we may not need much of this crowdfunding for the election proper. So this is the time this thing is necessary. In fact, in our last press conference, we talked about co-funding, because we know that it is not something that is common in Nigeria for a candidate to come to contest election and people from independent people, going about trying to raise funds for him to, contest election. This is is a thing that is taking place for the first time in Nigeria this time. So we believe that with this, is we also make even the party before their primary to know that they have a better candidate in this individual. And I don't think any party, there's no party we want to go into election and win and lose it. Because no matter how much they spend at the primary, because, you know, primary in Nigeria is most times, you know, how much you have to spend. And the delegates themselves, most of them are not even, maybe before now, maybe now there might you might have a couple of them that will be thinking otherwise, because they see it as opportunity, as a period they will make money for themselves, those delegates. So I think that this kind of thing is good, so that the party itself, we know that, look, if we have a candidate that people are voting, you know, people are working for, you know, on their own, trying to going as far as trying to raise money for him, for his election, they will know that this candidate is not a candidate they must joke with. They must be, it's a candidate they must, you know, give due respect and honor. So I think what we are doing now is a thing that has to be publicized more for Nigerians to see it, for the party PDP to know about it, so that they will not look at who brings the highest money on the table, but who will win election, because it's individuals, it's human beings that will vote, not money. So this kind of thing needs to be placed on a platform that people will see it widely, because those that are not on this Zoom meeting will not know about this. So it has to be something that has to have another way of publicizing.
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
You know, so that is what I want to contribute. But I think it's important that this is part of the lobbying to make sure that he gets the position at the primary, which is coming very soon.
Thank you so much, sir. May God bless you for using the right word. So we will be closing this session soon. We are like some 11 minutes out of time. So I have 4 hands up. So I'm sure those are the only 4 hands I'm going to take, and then we close the session, and then we call some of our conveners to have their final words. So please, I'm going to give 1 minute each. I'm going to allow you to ask your questions one after the other, so that once you do, then we take all the response at the same time, and then do a final feedback from our convener that are in the house, and then we close the session. Thank you so much. So I'm going to call on Deka. Deka, please, you can unmute and ask your questions. Onyekachi, be preparing. Immediately after Deka, you come on board. Thank you.
Okay.
1 minute, please.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity. Are you hearing me?
Yes, ma'am. Live and clear. We can hear you.
Okay. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak in this forum. And thank you for putting up a forum like this. And I'm happy that we all here are getting towards seeing that Peter Obi becomes the next president of this nation, bearing in mind his antecedents and the personality he has portrayed over time. But I want to give one advice to members of this forum and every other person speaking or working towards this goal, especially to my Igbo brothers and sisters. I want to advise them that at this point in time, people should desist from Igbonizing Peter Obi, you know, using that language. You want a Southeast governor, you want an Igbo, Southeast president, you want an Igbo president. It has become a national thing. And thank God, the personality we are portraying in Peter Obi is becoming widely accepted. And he's not going to be an Igbo president. He's going to be a national president for Nigerians. And that's the yearning of all Nigerians now. So we should try and modify that language. That is what I'm saying now. Again, what I want us to bear in mind in this network is we have 2 hurdles to cross now. I want us to engage in serious mass mobilization, try to see how we can get more people to be part of the network, in whichever way we can do it, we diversify, try as much as possible to do some groundwork, getting people, and especially the youth. If it means visiting universities, if it means, going to wherever, to encourage people to get on board this train, to believe in what we have in mind. I think, and again, another hurdle is this PDP primaries, because without him scaling that primaries, I don't know, how our fate is going to be. We all belong to wards. We all belong to wards in our localities. I think if we are not a PDP member or what, you should get close. This is time for you to get close to the happenings now. Get close to your ward. And then when these delegates are being nominated, we should be able to know what we do. We should be able to sell our candidate down to the wards, because that is where we know ourselves one-on-one. So that's what I'm trying to say. And I know that funding will definitely come. And good thing you have said that his press secretary is part of the signatories of the account. So raising funding won't be as much a hurdle as these 2 points that I have in mind now. Thank you. Don't want to take much of the time.
Thank you so much, Dega. It's good to hear your voice. At least I'm happy to hear that our women are fully represented in this platform. Thanks so much. And please do join our WhatsApp and Telegram group, and properly identify yourself as Deka, so that we can reach out to you and be able to see how we can have collaborations. We need everyone on board, So I'll need to call Onyekachi Chukwuwike to please speak. Thank you. 1 minute, please. I only allow Deka more time because I think that was the first female voice we're hearing here. I don't know whether Rose sounded feminine, but I don't know whether it's a lady. So Onyekachi, please, 1 minute so that we can quickly round up.
Good evening, the convener. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Loud and direct.
I remember my humble self, Dr. Onyekachi David.
Thank you, sir.
An academician. I've heard all they have said. Their suggestions are wonderful. Deka's suggestion should be taken seriously, particularly Igbo-nizing P2B, that we have to be very, very careful of. That is one by listen. P2B is the best product we can give to Nigeria right now, given its antecedents. The primaries, we all know primaries how it is in Nigeria. But I will tell you, PDP needs to win this election at all costs. You understand? So where they want to win, they would look for a better candidate to field. And that what happened in Anambra is likely to repeat. What gave Abga the winning in Anambra was because they fielded Soludo. If they had given it to any other candidate, they would have failed. You understand? And I know it, I see it happening again in PDP. And the truth is, all politicians in PDP, they are all relaxing now. Because P2B, everybody is shouting P2B, P2B. I won't tell you that they are getting the wave and they are gradually going down. That is just a simple truth. And I bet you, even with the way people are going about it, the payments, the money politics will not have so much effect because they know who is coming. And even if it will have effect, there is a way we can go about it. I know money will come, but it will not be that expensive. Also, we need to close mark. It is very, very important. Close mark all chairmen of PDP in all the states. And the governors of PDP that are in every state, we need to close mark them seriously and make sure our eyes are always, we have people palling with them always, round the clock. It is very, very important. Until we deliver this child we want to give birth to. As soon as we pick the ticket, we know we are done. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Very brief and straightforward response. Please, I would like to call the attention of the masses, because again, as a strategist, I always tell you that the people that are on the other side are watching, and what they will do is to pick holes. So in terms of the things I'm hearing that maybe some push not demonize or that, I want to tell you that the opponent on the other side might also use it as a character assassination plot. So let's ignore that, okay? So it's not as if maybe a particular people might have to say, okay, so no, the other people might want to pick it up. In social media these days, people can assume any name and say anything. So let us be wary and let us be on alert. What we're selling is a good product. So whatever anybody brings on board is on his own. You know, let us make it very, very clear. Unless you hear P2B himself speaks, and he can speak for himself, or his chief press secretary speaks. And if anything is coming out from P2B Support Network, we have our channels of communications, and we'll make it very, very clear. So let us stand firm. Let us not be waved. Be rest assured that the enemies or whoever it is on the other side will be planning to use whatever thing that can form a disarray or discordant tunes in order to jeopardize what we are working on. So let us keep alert and be vigilant. So I'll need to call on Charles, and then after Charles, I think Charles is the last person. I have just two hands up. I'm sorry if I Demba and you can type your questions on the chat so that we can close and speak. So Charles, can you speak, please? Thank you. Hello, Charles. You can unmute yourself and speak.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you loud and clear, sir.
Yeah. Yes. First of all, thank you so much for convening this platform. Deca has said quite a lot of things I was going to say, but let me reiterate. Number one, mobilization is key. Until he gets the ticket, we're not in business. And so we need to mobilize. And that mobilization involves as many people as are in this support network should be card-carrying members of the PDP at the world level. Everybody, because if we are not there and we are just here talking, it is the people that they appoint to the delegates. Those are the people that will go. If we are not there, we will not influence it. That's number one. Number two, we need to have a social media group, that is a subcommittee, that will, because it's a good brand. Yes, if you don't promote that brand, you are not going anywhere. So it has to be on TikTok, it has to be on Instagram, it has to be on Twitter, it has to be on YouTube, and this has to be constant. That's number two. Number three, as Deca said, we should go involve the youth because they're more versatile with social media. So that this message, because in marketing, those who have studied marketing, you know how many times you need to be in somebody's face before they take notice. That is what we need to do. And finally, I know that Zoom has different packages for, for what is what. Let us increase the capacity of the service we have. I know there are those that can take more than 100, up to 300, I know that. So let's increase it so that more people will get involved, we'll have more ideas, and we'll move from there. So thank you very much. I'll make it as brief.
Thank you so much, sir. You're the last speaker we have here, and then we're so happy with the same advice you're giving. We are here as children, and we have our fathers and our mothers surround us, and men of wisdom, and our ears are wide open. We will listen and we will work together, and we will see that we deliver our package. And we also keep our eyes on the detractors that might want to sow discord in our midst. And I tell people, let us keep our eyes on the ball. The Peter Obi presidency is what we see at this very moment, and what we believe at this very moment that can rescue the country from where he found himself. And come to think about it, when you look at the profile of the country, we want to have a president that will be respected at the international community. If we present a president that have any form of corruption or anything on his neck, the moment he attends a committee of nations, you know, this they will look at them and they will know, okay, this one we have something on him. We need someone that can stand tall. with no blemish, that could speak and that could represent the country, and that also have a very strong economic knowledge, because a lot of the things that this country needs now is being able to fashion the economy of this country in such a way that the country will work for us. We need a country that we can call our own. We need a country we can come home and rest. We need a country we can go to our places and sleep without fearing that anybody is going to knock our doors. We need a country that we can travel from point A to point B without having to shout Holy Ghost fire and pray our heads out. We need a country. And at this point, that country can only be delivered by the masses, a collective resolve of the masses. The power of the masses is more than the power of any individual or any group of individuals. And what we're saying now, let us come together. Let us come together for once. The 2023, I believe, is the only chance we have to rescue this country. And if we have to rescue it, every hand has to be on deck. I'll need to call on Pamson to make his final speech, and then some of our co-conveners at the back end, if they want to speak, they will. But if not, immediately after Pamson finishes his speech, we would call it a good night. And please join the network, reach out to us. Our WhatsApp page is there. Our Facebook page is there. Our Twitter page is there. If you want to volunteer, contact us directly. We'll bring you on board. We have a lot of work to do around the country. The P2B Support Network also have a diasporal group. So we are also facing the diasporal angle to be able to raise funds and then also do things in Nigeria to be sure that we sort things out. So Pamson, can you please give us your final statement? Pamson, again, is the director of Mobilization. He's from Plateau State, and he has his focus across the Middle Belt and up north.
Thank you, Marcel. Sorry, someone is interrupting my network.
Sorry.
Thank you, Marcel. May I use this opportunity to be very clear to each and every one of us that Peter Obi is a national brand. PDP needs Peter Obi more than Peter Obi needs PDP, because the quest to take power and take it rightly is an ongoing need of the party. We believe and we are very open to creative partnership across board in terms of ensuring visibility. There is going to be a whole lot of posters, a whole lot of billboard road shows, and all things that need to create that visibility, especially with the new media, like most of you have already narrated. We are on course on that. We are going to be targeting delegates through series of town halls and discussion cycles. So we are very, very confident on the approach and what we want to do, along with whoever the team that will be running the show in the big picture. All we are saying is that we need money to get these things done. And if you want to be part of the early champions, please join on board and be rest assured that whatever you are contributing will be judiciously utilized and you will be appreciated. Thank you very much for the time that each and every one of us have gotten created to have this particular interaction. And I want to say that everything that is being discussed here has been carefully noted, and we will take actions and we will amend and then move ahead. So we are open to you to join us. Please click on the link and be part of this particular process. Thank you very much, and God bless each and every one of us.
Okay, thank you so much, Pamson. Please, we need the support. We need the funds coming in. If you want to donate or support, our bank is Keystone Bank with account name Peter Obi Support Network, and the account number is 1012-528-032. I repeat again, account number 1012-528-032. And as you donate and support this network, may God bless you. And most importantly, we need you to come on board and volunteer. So you can join our WhatsApp group, Telegram, reach us through Twitter or whatever. Let us know the state you are. Let us know the local government you are, so that we can build some form of network around you, and you can help us mobilize people within your area, and we can all link up together at the state, the regional, and the national level, and we'll be able to work together as a family, as a team, to deliver and rescue the country we call our own. It's been a wonderful time. We have checked consistently. The group is 100 and we have 99, 199. So it simply means that in our subsequent editions, work further to expanding the Zoom sessions to get more people. And most importantly, we have this show live on live stream, and it's going to be recorded. So you can always go there and look at it and then share it among your friends. And let's keep this going. And we are very happy at the advice we've gotten tonight and all the suggestions. We're going to take it on board and we're going to set the ball rolling. Thank you so much, and do have a wonderful